Am I successful? Obviously, we're talking about the nail business. What defines true success? How do you know? We're going to talk about this right now on the Biz Talk.
No,
Tracey, you're a success in my eyes.
Aww.
Yeah, I look at you and I say, hey, kid, good job. Little, just on the shoulder.
Then I
Good job.
Do a flop like they do in the NBA.
What do you mean a flow?
And just start screaming, hit me. I can't.
Cue,
And then I'm like
the
counting
lawyers.
my dollars.
Dollar
I'm
bills.
successful
Is that
now.
how you count? Or is that's when you have like too much and you're just like,
I
yo,
don't know.
up in the
Now
club.
It's just change. Just like bing, bing, bing.
All right. Success in the nail industry. This is an interesting question because this can go so many different ways, right?
There's multiple answers to this.
There's multiple answers to this. I mean, ultimately, it's your happiness in your nail career, right? Are you content? Are you truly happy doing what you're doing in your nail career?
Right.
Right. But there's a fine line of if you're not making money in your nail career, that could very quickly lead to not being happy, right? Like sort of the struggling artist thing. Like you're doing amazing art and creating, but if you're not making money, it could lead down this road of like, what am I doing? Like if you're financially suffering. So there's a lot to sort of unpack here. Right. But in your eyes, Tracey, what defines success? Whether you're successful in nails.
For me, I would say that it's not more about what other people have determined as being successful. Everybody has their own definition of successful. For me, success was having the clientele that I wanted.
Yeah.
Because again, someone else's definition of a successful clientele might be half the clientele I did or double the clientele, but I had the clientele that I wanted.
Yeah.
And I was making the most money I felt I could make. That made me feel successful.
Yeah. Successful. Ultimately, you're happy. You're in a good spot.
Yeah. I'm supporting my family. I'm doing my part. I am going to a job that I love. I really could not do anything else in that field.
Yeah.
More than what I was doing. So
like some people would say, but you're packing 15 clients, a day.
I loved it.
3 days. See, there we go. That's the answer, right?
That's how I work.
Yeah. Because you got it down to 3 days a week.
I got it down to 3 days a week.
And you were doing like 15, 16 clients a day.
Exactly.
Like going hard, but then you'd have 4 days off.
Yep.
And you liked that
I
rhythm.
Liked it. And I worked from 9 in the morning, sometimes 8. I really didn't guarantee my work before 9. And then I worked late, but that was what I wanted to do. And then there was other girls in the salon that came in 3-4 hours a day, and they spaced it out 5-6 days a week.
Yeah.
That was their success.
And that was their success. Okay. What about like someone that is getting started in the industry, right? And they're trying to figure out what direction to go here, right? And it's like you can get sort of charmed by a lot of nails on Instagram. You see these beautiful, gorgeous, like long stilettos with intense nail art, and you're just like, oh my God, I want to do that. Can you do that and still make money in the salon doing those kinds of nails? Is that possible?
Yes, it is possible. And there's people out there doing it. It might take longer, but you have to have the confidence behind it. And what we found is recently, I don't know if you remember, we did a poll and it said, hey, we're just curious. Where are you from? How much do you charge for a full set fill? We had that. And what I found is a lot of people are doing those kinds of nails and not charging for it.
Right. The majority.
The majority. Unfortunately, it was kind of shocking, but there are people in that same town that are charging and they're successful and they're doing those extra long nails and they're doing the blinged out nails and they're taking the 3-hour appointment, but they're charging accordingly. And so therefore they are taking less clients than maybe I did, but they're getting paid same amount and that's successful.
Right. So, I mean, one of the problems I would say is exactly what you're saying, Tracy, is like somebody loves the art side of it. They get into it. They do these types of nails for their clients. Their clients are happy, but then burnout sets in because they're cranking out these intense, long, beautiful pieces of art, but they're not making money. So they go home, they can't pay their bills. They're struggling in that way, right?
Stress wears on you.
Right.
And, so maybe you don't need to make that much. I get it. But again, everybody's definition of success is
different.
I think if your job is not stressing you out, you're getting as much money as you should be, then you can say that's success. But it's a hard one, right? Because you can't determine someone else's success, I feel.
For sure.
But I'm judging.
Judge away, Trace. Judge away.
Because I want them to make as much money as they possibly can, and they're getting in their own way. So why not charge? Because you can charge it, and you can be more successful than you already are. I don't want them. I want them to go home to their family, and go, babe, I got it.
Yeah,
I'm not worried about the bills. Not that there's people that make a lot of money and you still go home and you're worried about your bills.
Yeah, of course.
That when you can drive away it's kind of what I talk about here. I want everybody to get in their car here. And as minute they hit the car, I don't want them to worry about work. I want the same thing for nail techs or anyone in the beauty industry. I want you to get in your car and go, I had a good day.
Yeah.
I made bank and I'm not worried about it past leaving this parking lot.
Right. On the other side of it, Tracy, there are nail technicians that are making really good money.
Yep.
But creatively, like they're just doing pink and whites or just overlays or whatever it is, like quote unquote, let's call them, they're not boring, but I'm just saying maybe in their career, it's gotten boring because they're doing the same thing every single day in, day out. So then there's that part of like, oh my God, like I'm making great money, but like I'm not fulfilled creatively. So you have sort of like two sides of the coin here, right? Somebody that's maybe doing everything creatively but not charging, and then somebody that's charging, but it's like bland city because they're doing the same nails every day. What does that person do? Weren't you in that situation?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's why I got into art. It wasn't for my clientele because at that time it wasn't this huge thing.
Yeah.
It was pink and white. And I'm just like, if I do another pink and white, I'm gonna just die.
Literally. Oh.
There's several things that cause burnout for nail tech. It's boredom. Just pink and white, unless you love it. Maybe that's your thing and you don't get burnout. But that for me was part of burnout. Clientele, a bad clientele, burnout, because you just can't handle how you're having to deal with these clients. You've built a clientele that's not so great. You need to fire a couple of them and that builds burnout. And then, the other side of it is not making enough money. So there's really three large things that can cause burnout. Again, if you're doing pink and whites and overlays and all that, and that fulfills you and you're
making money,
no problem with that.
Yeah.
But if you are out there going, but I want more, then let's do more.
Yeah. I think that's like really the answer to whatever situation you're in. Either if you're on the creative side and not charging enough, or if you're charging enough but not doing things creatively, to start implementing the change. Now, like if you're stuck on the creative side and not charging enough, the answer is right there. Start charging more. That is going to give you like such a good balance of like you're making good money plus you're doing the nails that you want to do. On the flip side, like when I remember Tracy's talked about this so many times where she was doing pink and whites, and then she wanted to get a nail art. You started wearing the nail art. They started seeing the nail art. And then it wasn't like all of a sudden overnight, all your clients changed over to nail art.
Nope.
Right?
Not at all.
It was a transition.
It was a transition. So it happened slowly, but it was enough where I was excited again about what I was doing. I think also what we need to talk about is some people determine success in their careers is like, well, I want to do celebrities. I want to be an influencer. I want a lot of following, talk about that. Right?
Yeah.
There's that side of it.
Totally.
For me, if that's what you feel like could be, part of, your success, then go for it. I, on the other hand, have never cared about the celebrity work, the influencer side of it, or any, for me, having a full clientele and making good money on it was success enough. So again, it's the
what is your definition?
Set your success.
Right, exactly. And that's a good point on like, we've talked about being a celebrity nail tech, or I think we've done an episode on that. And it's not an easy road. Like, dude, it's not an easy, we've seen it.
I just did a photo shoot, right?
Right.
I was put outside, all the makeup and hair, and I'm not complaining because I love this team. We were put outside.
It's freezing.
It's cold. Okay. I have never had this literally happen before. I'm trying to prepare the nails.
Yeah.
I was gel topping them, and I've never had it where it was so cold that the product was actually curing without a light.
What?
Yeah. It got like a skin. I couldn't do it. I had to go polish for everything. I could not use gel polish.
So it was that cold.
It was that cold.
Just affecting the product.
Then around noon, the sun's blaring. Now I can't use the gel.
Because it's actually curing.
And then we worked till midnight.
Yeah.
Outside.
Yeah.
Outside. Again. Yeah. Cold. Again. For me, that's some people. And here's the makeup, and there's people there. They love it.
Yeah.
They feed for it. Yeah. They just love it. Me, I'm like, this is. I love the people that I work doing it for, but it's not my definition of success.
Right. Exactly. And so like if you have an idea of like that's what you want to do, and then you go and do it and you try it, and maybe it is. Maybe you're like, I love this, and being part of the team and outside, and it's cold, and it's like, whatever. It's exciting. That might be for you, but again, you have to look at that and say, am I making enough money? Maybe in the beginning you're not making enough money, and just like building a clientele, in the beginning of building a clientele, you're not making enough money, but you see the path, you see the light at the end of the tunnel of like, oh, if I add this many clients, I will make enough money. And the same thing I think with doing like celebrity work, maybe in the beginning you're not making money, but if there is an actual path to where you're like, I can see this if I have multiple different, clients or celebrities, or if I have just one celebrity and they're paying me really, really well, and I can make, so you got to find that balance no matter what you're doing.
And I think the key too is being able to pivot.
Yeah.
I tried celebrity work, didn't like it.
Yeah.
So I'm going to change my version of what success is. That's no longer a part of my success package.
Right.
Because I didn't care for it. Right. Why do something you don't care for it because you think that's what makes you successful?
Yeah, exactly. And you're not going to know, for sure you're not going to know unless you try it. I think competitions is another one, right? I think a lot of like nail techs, they see competition as like, I want to win an award, I want to be recognized, and that's great too.
Amazing.
You can get into it and you can do it, but again, I'm pretty sure it's at least not, you used to be able to, like back in the day, but today it's really challenging and hard to make enough money competitively, even if you're coming in first place all the time, to actually make a living off of that. I don't think there's enough money there.
Well, compared to what they put into it, the hours and how much they pay the models.
Right.
They typically go in the hole.
Yeah, you go in the hole. And I don't even know if there's enough competitions. And then, you have to travel around the world, which is exciting and stuff, but you're burning a lot of money. So again, there has to be that balance. You just have to be, you have to look at everything. Yeah. And unfortunately, money is one of them. Just like, hey, I want to start a business. I can't keep running the business if it's not making money. There's just no way. No matter how amazing idea I have of like, I have a business and this is beautiful and it's so much fun.
But I think what people worry about on that, Habib, is they will continue and continue and continue because they want everybody else's approval of what they have determined is successful.
Right.
I failed in my business. They won't think I'm successful. Who cares?
Who cares? Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah, I think that's a big point is you can't give an ass of what anybody thinks.
No cussing.
You got to do, no cussing. You got to do what you want to do ultimately and have that balance. You know, you got to make a living, but, you know, creatively, you got to be fulfilled. Yep. Find that balance for you and what that looks like. Yep. Let us know also in the comments below what that is for you. We'd love to know about it. We'd love to hear about it. Tell your stories in the comments.
Dude, we really didn't give an answer. There are people yelling at us right now.
What do you mean, give an answer?
You know, what is success? And we're like,
no, I just did. No, it's finding. That's what I said. It's Tracy. You're not listening
not
to
really.
your own. Finding that balance of money and creativity. You got to find that balance.
We gave him the answer of look in the mirror.
No, Tracy's not listening, guys.
I'm messing.
Let me reiterate.
Okay.
For Tracy,
go backwards.
You got to find that balance of like money and creativity. You know, what is that balance for you? And ultimately, that's going to define success. So let us know what that is for you in the comments below. And also any ideas for future episodes, let us know in the comments below. Tracy, thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys for joining us. And we'll see you next time on The Biz Talk.